Hello YouTube. Today I'm going to be talking about something you really don't normally see on my channel. I am talking about point and shoots today. Point and shoots. I really don't talk about these things much because, quite frankly, I don't think there's too many interesting things to say about point and shoot cameras. I mean, they're pretty much the bare bones, but these are some mid to early 80s point and shoots that I find very interesting. I currently have two examples, each named different, the Minolta Talker and the Minolta Autofocus 5. The Autofocus 5 is the same thing as the Talker, just named Autofocus 5. And these cameras had an interesting feature which I will get into in a moment. I think the name of this one should kind of give it away. So, this one I picked up for $3.99 at a thrift store. This one was given to me by my health teacher a while ago. He found it at a thrift store for $1 for me. And, interestingly enough, they were both Salvation Army stores. Two different ones, though. But, anyways, let's get right into it. So, both of these cameras, they don't look like conventional point and shoots. And they have removable covers on the front. This one has a thing that attaches to the tripod socket, which is rather nice. This one just pops off completely. So you'll notice that these things look a bit different from your normal point and shoot inside. And you can tell just by looking at these and by picking them up that these are built much better than your traditional, point and shoot 90s, Canon. Oh geez, what were they called? Sorry, it's slipping my mind here. Canon, Sure Shot, sorry, that's it. So, taking a look at the front of the camera, you can already see there's a lot more features than you would normally find. There is a meter cell down here, along with an ISO selection ring around the front of the lens. And you normally do not get that in a regular point and shoot. These are made much better. Here's a self-timer. The shutter release is up here. You've got some autofocus, whatever you'd call those. Here's the viewfinder, flash, which is controlled on demand on the back of the camera. We also have a battery compartment. Both of these cameras take AA batteries, so that's very convenient. You don't have to worry about any of those expensive photo batteries. On the back of the camera, you can see this is the major selling point of the camera, is this right here, and I'll talk about that in just a moment. Here's the flash. A film advance indicator. This shows whether your flash is ready or not. Here's the viewfinder. It has a very nice view with some frame lines and an autofocus indicator. And it's rather dark in here, so you can't see it. If we open up the film door, you can see that it has a very nice auto-loading system. Very similar to Canon's, but quite different. You'd simply pull the film across, lay it here, close this thing, and on this one it'll wind at a half frame. I think it might not be working on this one. Close the back door fully, and it winds up for you. Frame counters on the top. But now let's get on to the major feature of these cameras. This switch right here, the Talker feature. And this is what made these cameras like really special, I guess you could say. I will demonstrate it on the Talker. Turn this switch on. That's already on. You can hear that? It gives you a nice welcome to 7-Eleven or, entering a convenience store sound. It's the same sound they play when you walk into the Salvation Army store. But this thing is a voice synthesizer inside the camera that tells you what you need to do. There are several different commands: load film, which you just heard, check distance, use flash, and I think there's one more, but I'm not entirely sure. And they had some very nice advertisements that they played for this camera. And here's one of them.
I'm with the remarkable new Minolta talker. When the light's too dim, it talks to you.
Too dark. Use flash.
When you're out of flash range, it tells you.
Check distance.
And when the camera's empty,
Load film.
it's the auto exposure, autofocus 35mm camera that loads, advances, and rewinds the film all automatically. The new Minolta talker talks you into good pictures.
Great pictures.
Only from the mind of Minolta.
So, there's an ad for you. Only from the mind of Minolta. Yep. So, another interesting feature about these cameras is, I'm not entirely sure, but they seem to have, sorry about that, a leaf shutter. There are, from what I can tell, 2 mechanical leaves behind the lens in this camera. So it has a leaf shutter that is electronically controlled. It's incredibly robust, and it's surprisingly quiet. So, there are also a few accessories. Here's the instruction manual for the original talker. And over here, in this camera bag, which came with it when I bought it, there are a few other interesting goodies. They made auxiliary lenses for these cameras, and I have 2 of them. This one is the Telephoto Lens for Minolta talker. If you notice, when I put this up to the lens of my camera, it zooms in a bit. So these do work. And, very conveniently, they snap right onto the front of the camera. If you'll notice, there's even an adjustment in the viewfinder, so you don't need an auxiliary finder. Those lights indicate camera ready and flash. There's also a hole for the CDS meter cell down here, and these pop off very easily. I have the telephoto and the wide angle. So, what do I think of these cameras? I actually really like these things. They're robust for point and shoots. They've got some great features, some nice accessories. They're actually very well built. I've probably said that a million times now, but it's true. Lens quality is surprisingly good on these things. They're very well made, for the millionth time. So now, do I think that you should go out and look for these cameras? Should you go seek these things out, like, you know, monitor eBay auctions and wait till you find one at your local thrift store? And I have to say that my answer is sort of a yes and a no. It really depends. It's not anything that I would, you know, see online and say, I want one of those. I'm going to go out and get one. This is more of something that I saw it at my thrift store, it intrigued me, and the price was right, so I bought it. And that's probably how it's going to be for most people. However, if you're like some of the people who really enjoy shooting with point and shoots or more limited cameras, I'd say yes, look for one of these on eBay, because they're inexpensive, they're pretty common, and they're very nice cameras. You know, if you're looking for them for any other reason, I would say do not seek these out. But they're very cool cameras. I'm very happy to have these 2 examples in my collection. And that's going to be it for this video. Thank you guys for watching. Please rate, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.